Hello and welcome. This is Mario Herger, and today, again, not from the San Francisco Bay Area, but from Olympic Valley in Lake Tahoe. I wanted to talk a bit about the history of Waymo. And it all started actually with the DARPA Grand Challenges. There were three in total between 2004 and 2007. And the DARPA is, as you know, the military research arm, so to speak, which brought us also the internet and the global positioning system, GPS. And back then, when the United States was in war in Iraq and Afghanistan, we had the issue that many of the vehicles were just destroyed through IEDs, improvised explosive devices. And so the US Senate asked DARPA, is there a chance to have these cars, these vehicles drive into these dangerous areas without any people on board? And thus happened the Grand Challenge. The first Grand Challenge did not lead to a winner because all of the 190 miles that they had to drive, the longest stretch that a vehicle, autonomous vehicle could make is 10 miles. But in the second Grand Challenge, Sebastian Thrun, German, with the Stanford AI Lab, won with his vehicle called Stanley. And this was about 2006. The Google founders were both present at this event, who looked and watched, and they were working on Sebastian to join them for creating, basically developing self-driving vehicles. And finally, in 2009, he caved in, and what started out as the project Chauffeur under the Google X Moonshot Factory turned then later on into Waymo. I read about that the first time in 2010. Back then they had a Toyota Prius with some sensors on top of it, and the New York Times had a two-pager on this Sunday in summer 2010, and it was mind-blowing. I couldn't believe what I was reading there, and that they had already driven 100,000 miles back then. My first encounter with a self-driving vehicle by Google was then in 2013 in summer on Highway 101 northbound. I saw this this Lexus SUV with a sensor on top of it, which turned out to be a LiDAR. It's kind of a Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket that was spinning. That was this LiDAR, cost back then $70,000. And that was my first encounter. It took 1 or 2 years until I then saw those Firefly Koala vehicles. You remember those little egg-shaped vehicles with a bench in there, no steering wheel, no controls, just two people can drive there. And Waymo had about 60 vehicles built for them, and they were testing mainly in the Bay Area, around Mountain View, where the Waymo headquarters is located. So with this experience, they then used the Lexus SUVs and brought in better designed sensor packs, racks on those vehicles, and were driving around with that. I encountered several of them until they then switched to what was Fiat Chrysler minivans, Fiat Chrysler Pacifica minivans, basically a minivan with 6-7 seats, electric doors, a hybrid vehicle with already pretty sophisticated looking sensor racks, well designed, integrated into the system. But later on, in the next generation, they switched and finally to the Jaguar I-Pace, and a complete total electric vehicle, battery electric vehicle, that they are having at the moment about 1,500 in operation. Those are the same vehicles that they're using for their Robotaxi fleets that they're operating in San Francisco, the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Austin, and Atlanta, and also now bringing over to Tokyo and launching in other cities. Those vehicles are able to carry 4 passengers, up to 4 passengers. The driver's seat is empty. You're not supposed to sit there, and well integrated. Now, in the Bay Area, we've seen already the next generation of vehicles, which are so-called seeker vehicles. They are a brand of Geely. Geely also has Polestar and Volvo under its roof. And this is more like think of it as a Volkswagen bus that comes with 5-6 seats. It has no steering wheel in there, and about a dozen of them they have in the San Francisco Bay Area for test purposes. Those vehicles are supposed to become the carrier for the next generation, the sixth generation of the Waymo driver, as well as the Hyundai Ioniq 5 that they presented in January 2025 at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. So Waymo is basically trying to get more and more car makers as their platform for their Waymo driver, which is the self-driving technology comprising the hardware, the sensors, plus the software. They also had in between via Waymo via trucks, autonomous trucks, but those are now defunct, so they're not continuing developing on that. So we'll see quite a number of different vehicles through the years driving around in the San Francisco Bay Area, encountering us. We're looking forward to seeing more of those. That was a little overview of 16 years of Waymo history, basically, in all the vehicle types that we've seen here. If you want to learn more and follow more of those developments, just subscribe to my blog, thelastdriverslicenseholder.com. I'm continuously for almost 12 years blogging on those developments. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel here so that you see the next videos, the newest videos coming in. And well, I hope I'll see you soon again here in Olympic Valley.